What's up, y'all?
Welcome to Ungrateful Ambassadors.
All right, Hide Toshiosuke.
I'm Super Miles.
All right, and today, Miles, we'll talk about a movie I just went and saw. Saw Queen and Slim.
Bet you can say Frozen.
I did see Frozen. But I'll talk about that right now.
Yes, convince me to go see Frozen.
So Queen and Slim.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie about this dude taking a girl out on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Shit pretty much goes sour because he gets pulled over, and the cop. And it's supposed to be like more modern times, you know, the way that our situation is right now. Black folks, you know,
Right
cops, right, right. I mean, right. I say right now because you know now it's blowing up over the news more so than it used to back in the day. But it's been a recurring thing. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he gets stopped by a cop, and of course, this cop's being extra as fuck. And, you know, basically a gun gets pulled out. Cop, you know, the girl running her mouth, tries to record the cop. Cop shoots her in the leg. Oh boy has to jump into action. So he's fighting the cop and ends up shooting the cop in the face. So now they on the run. And after that, it's like basically kind of a Bonnie and Clyde type story. Kind of.
I mean, you didn't say it in the preview.
Yeah, because it kind of is.
That's Bonnie and Clyde.
Right, but it's like, I mean, and I get it, like they try to say that, but it's like, Bonnie and Clyde, weren't they just robbers? like they, in this movie, they weren't necessarily robbing, they were just trying to survive.
They're on the run.
Yeah, they're on the run. Yeah. So it's like, but, you know, it was a good movie. You know, it was a good movie. But my only thing, like, there was parts in it. Spoilers, by the way.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna go see it.
But there's a part in the movie where it's the sex scene of the movie, right? But in the middle of that,
you're complaining about the sex
scene? No, I'm not complaining about the sex scene. I was complaining about how this scene was shot in general. Because they're having sex in one part, but then they'll keep flashing over to these people that are protesting for the cops and them to let them go and shit, right? But it keeps flashing between those. So it's like, meanwhile, you're over here like, oh, damn, they getting down. Like, boy, he's sucking on her titty and everything. And then they'll jump back over there and they're let them go, try to fight the cops. And I'm like,
very odd.
I'm like, why does it keep flashing between? Because a homeboy over here getting it in. And then you keep flashing at this shit, and I'm like, I don't get why y'all shot this that way. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like an in contrast type thing, like they're enjoying each other while people are trying to fight for them. Which in that case just makes them seem selfish in that situation, as opposed to like instead of y'all fucking, y'all need to still be going and y'all stopping to have sex real quick. Y'all need to be leaving. These people are protesting so they can leave y'all the fuck alone, and y'all fucking like, so. I don't know. That part was weird to me. Now, don't get me wrong. The cinematography and the rest of the movie was great. It was they had some really good shots in there. But the sex scene thing, it weirded me out. I just didn't like. It was like if it was a sex scene by itself, then yeah, you know, I would just want to enjoy that by itself. Or the protest scene, I would just want that to be there by itself. Don't mash them together. It just felt weird. Yeah, like it didn't make sense for the moment. They're having sex and then people are protesting. Why the fuck are we bouncing between those things? You go from like my dick's like yeah to like
Oh God, I'm so sorry. That's never happened to me before. It's just you're so attractive and it's been a while.
like what's going on here? Like I don't know, bro. I'm trying to enjoy it like you and I can't because every time. You know, I start to enjoy it. We jump back to this motherfucker.
Man, so then after the movie, you're like, "Are riots sexy?"
Right, exactly. Did I get aroused by riots? Like, that's not a riot, guys. Like, you know, it was weird. So, you know that. But so the movie's about 2 hours, 11 minutes, I think.
Is it too long?
No, I wouldn't say it's too long. I'd say. It was paced well. It was definitely paced well. The way it all flowed to the ending of the movie. It went well. Like, but so let's talk about the two characters, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now here's
Clean and Slim.
Yeah, because I don't remember what their real names were in the movie, and I know it's like I just saw it, but I don't remember their real names because, in all honesty,
I don't know the girl.
they didn't use it that. They didn't use the names that often. Like, they didn't call each other that often. Now I think about it.
Hey, where's that girl that was working over here? What girl? What girl? We'll see. Next time I come back in here, whichever bitch I start choking, that's what girl.
So the male character, he's God-fearing Christian man, I guess. Starts off, he's kind of not so timid, but he's very cautious. He's a cautious type of person. So when everything goes down, when the shit with the cops goes down, of course, he's like, I just want to go home. I want to talk to my family. And she's trying to explain to him, like, yeah, no, if you do that, you're going to jail. He's like, I'm not a criminal. Like, bro, you're black. You shot a cop. Hell, before you shot him, you were a criminal. That motherfucker tried to had you on the ground with the gun out. You were a criminal then. So, unfortunate. The female character got on my fucking nerves.
Like that?
Yes, bro. Because she was... I mean, it was obvious. It's like she had like a wall up. Obviously. Protecting her feelings. I get that. But when you're like short with people and you like to be a smart ass, but not like on a funny smart ass, like you're a smart ass and like belittling people. I don't like that shit. That's just mad annoying. Like, I don't like that with people in real life, and I sure as fuck don't like seeing it in a fucking movie. Cause she was like talking, just like.
Sounds like this movie was not as advertised.
I'm trying to give you a good example of what the fuck she did.
Because it advertised it as like, this, of course, him getting in that situation. And or them.
Yeah, the way the trailer made it seem is like they were just kind of like in love.
Couple.
Yeah.
Right.
And the thing is, it's like they really weren't. Which, in all honesty, yeah, that's where the trailer kind of messed it up. Because realistically, like watching a movie, like you kind of would assume that's kind of how, especially since it's like their first date and she's a loner. And that's the issue. Because she's a loner. She doesn't like people. She's not a people person. So yeah, it's true. I don't like people either. But she's not a people person. But she like lets it be known all the time. Like you don't fucking like people. So like you're like
catches it the worst. He catches it all the time.
Yeah, like she pretty much is giving him shit a lot of the movie, and it's like, oh, okay. So for example, and this wasn't like it's not like it's like oh my, and a Christian was speaking because I'm not really one, but there's a moment like they're driving.
It's lost 5 followers.
I know, right? They're driving, and he's like listening to gospel because he says it's what helps him calm down. Because yeah, he just shot a guy. They're on the run from the cops. Obviously, got a lot of shit on his mind. She over there. Could you turn that down, or could you turn that off? And he's like, nah, it helps calm me down. She's like, well, I can't hear myself think. Which, in my response, in my head, is like, bitch, like, the fuck do you need to hear? Is your thoughts. Like, just fucking think, bitch. I don't give a fuck. But then she gonna turn this shit off. And he's like, don't touch my shit.
Don't touch a black man's
right, like, don't touch my shit. Especially, and it's my thing. Black people, and this is the thing. Regardless of whether or not I'm, a religious person or not, I like gospel music, and I like it enough to be like, yo, don't turn off gospel music. Like, that's hella rude. Like, I can see if you wait till the song is over and then change it, fine, but don't cut the shit off in the middle of it. That's disrespectful. That's mad disrespectful. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. And it was a good song too. She just hella. This was like my whole response. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
So, yeah, man. So, like, that shit, like, oh, no. Okay. Major spoiler for a part in the movie. I have to talk about this part. It made me so fucking mad. I forget where the fuck. I think they were in Kentucky, maybe. Yeah, they were in Kentucky still. They needed gas, right? They didn't have no money. So they go to a gas station. She gives him the gun, telling him basically you gotta hold up the guy at the gas register, right? At the fucking cash register.
Not feeling super confident about this plan.
You're racist.
So he goes in there and, you know, trying to threaten the dude with the gun and shit, right?
Well, he Christian boy.
Yeah, he's a Christian boy. But so like, you know, he's trying to threaten him, and it's like he's basically telling him like, yo, you think I'm gonna kill you right now? And he like made this look that like obviously you're nervous. And he's like, I don't think you're a killer, bro. Like even the white is like, I don't think you're a killer. So he's like, I tell you what, you let me hold your gun, I'll give you 40 to fill up your tank right now. And he's like, the fuck? Like, you know, you can see on his face, like, no, I'm not doing that. And he's like, yo, that don't sound like a fair trade or something. He's like, yeah, I just want to hold it, man. Tell me why this nigga gave him this gun. I was like, are you serious? Like, he gave him his gun. I can see if you took the clip out or something. He didn't even take the magazine out, my dude. He gave this nigga the gun. So, a white dude sitting there holding the gun. He's like, what is it about holding a deadly weapon that just makes you feel so alive? So he's sitting there pointing it. And he slowly scrolls over, and now he's pointing it at him. And he said, yo, what you doing? What you doing? And I was like, what the fuck you think he doing? He was trying to hold up his story 2 seconds ago. What do you think his response is? Like, oh, now I have a gun. And I was sitting there like, really? Really? And then the white dude's like, I'm just messing with you, man. Huh. And pays for them to get their gas so he can bounce. Yes. The dude gave him his gun back, let them fill up their tank.
What was I waiting on? Why haven't I gone to see this movie yet?
And I was like,
what?
Okay, that part right there, extremely unrealistic. Are you fucking... Where would they do that? Where? I don't give a fuck if it is Kentucky. Like, the fuck? Especially in Kentucky, and you black. Like, I don't know much about Kentucky. Okay, any Kentucky people watching this, you know. I mean, I'm sorry. I hear Kentucky. There's certain states that make me feel like I don't think black people are that welcome, and Kentucky just sounds like one of them. Just being honest, Kentucky sounds like a lot of white people. I'm probably not too welcome. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But, you know, like, what Dave say? Went to the foods, the damn chicken place. I'll have the chicken. Like, he was exactly right. How did he know that was, come on, buddy. We all know blacks and chickens are quite fond of one another. Like, that's how I feel like Kentucky, like, I'd get judged automatically. You feel like you know everything about me and you don't. But, yeah, so that part of the movie pissed me off. I was like, bro.
Yes. What
I wanted him to get shot right there at that point. I was like, I hope he shoots you. Just so you can learn a lesson. Like,
where do you like rate this movie? Like, out of 5 stars, you give it?
Out of 5, I'd give it a 3.5.
That doesn't sound like you were having fun at this movie.
You know what? Like, if I was to sit and watch the movie by myself, probably not. And the only thing that made it funny is because, you know, I went to a theater with a bunch of other black people, and we all sitting there commenting on the dumb shit, so it made it funny. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was parts of the movie that were, like, felt real. And what I mean is, like, it was usually the interactions that they would have with other people. Like, for example, there's this little boy that was trying to ask them, like, yo, is this y'all? He had like a recording of the whole shit that happened with the cops. And like, homeboy freaks out and he's like, oh shit. So he's like, nah, that ain't us.
Oh, hush up, little girls. A lot of cats have that name.
So he like pushed the kid out the way and they tried to drive off. He's like, wait, my dad want to talk to y'all. Oh yeah, so he goes to pull off, and the kid's dad like stepped in front of the truck, and they like knocked him over. So he's like, my fucking leg and all this shit, right? And it was funny. It's like the little boys, and they're like, you hit my daddy, you hit my dad, and out of nowhere, and this is like I tell you, the whole theater was laughing because it was like, yo, this is some pure negatory right now. I'm sorry, but he's like, so I cried like a little bitch. Like he was like, what the fuck? Like, where is this coming from? And then like he's like, nah, man, I feel you. He's like, I'd have done the same thing if a cop would have shot my bitch. Like, why are we talking like that? Like I was just sitting there like, the fuck? And he's like, and like. Oh, and then like the little boy was sitting there like, don't talk about my mama like that. He's almost like, bro, he's like, that's what you wrong. I ain't talk about your mama. He's like, I got bitches everywhere. He's like, your mama just one of them. Like,
wow.
I was like,
wow.
Now,
Wow.
because where were they? I think no, they weren't in Louisiana yet. Or were they? No, they weren't in Louisiana yet. They were leaving from Ohio and going somewhere. But it was, I was like, I mean, for the area that they're in, I feel like that is how they would talk. However, I know we're trying to get across the point that this is how we roll in some places, how black people roll. Not a good image I want to show some white people though. Like I said, pure niggatry. Like I was like, if it wasn't for the fact that there's so many black people in here, I'd be really embarrassed. Not gonna lie, like, bro, why are you talking like that? Please stop talking like that. Stop it. Talk like you got some goddamn sense.
Why can't we be ourselves, huh? Why can't I be me? Are you ashamed of us?
Very.
Well, you know.
But it was what it was. So yeah, my overall rating for Queen of Slum, 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 stars out of 5.
Do you recommend it?
That's what I'm gonna say. It's not a movie that I'd be like, yo, you need to go see Queen of Slum. No, I'm not gonna say that. Because it's basically just a movie of trying to show you like current events. For real.
Which,
it's like,
I mean, how many of those have we not? Like, there's a lot of them.
Right. It's like, cops killing black people. What else is new? I mean, I'm sorry. Not really. Cops. It's the reality of the situation. Now, of course, they try to get the point across that it's like not all cops are like that.
Of course they're not, but
not all black people are like that. But it's like, yeah,
and those black people do exist.
Exactly. So it's kind of like
it's just a life lesson.
Yeah, pretty much. This is what the movie is meant to be.
Everybody seem like they're this way or that way.
Yeah,
you gotta get to know
because it's like, I don't know. I think the movie is less to be a movie and more just to be a message. Like, just because it's the black person coming out of your car, coming out of the car, police, does not mean they're armed and dangerous. Does not mean they're confrontational. So you don't have to be confrontational. Also, black people, just because you got pulled over by a cop, doesn't mean he trying to kill you.
You get very far by just talking to him.
Right.
If all your shit legit, then what's the worst that can happen?
Exactly. Like, if you're not hiding nothing.
Not what's the worst that can happen. But,
right. But it's like, if you're not hiding nothing, if you ain't got nothing to hide, then just
talk to them. They're still human beings at the end of the day. Like, it kind of gets worse when you're already defensive. Right. And you're like, oh, well, just to let you know I'm recording this. Like, I just pulled you over because your tail lights out.
Exactly. Like, I got pulled over.
You gotta relax, man.
Like, don't get me wrong. I when a lot of this shit was happening, I got pulled over one time. And I was freaking the fuck out. Like, I had my mom on speakerphone. Like, yo, I got pulled over. If something happened, I'm on fucking 75. Like, about to hit Springfield. Like, I was nervous. But the cop came up to me. He was chill. He gave me his whole thing. Like, hey, man, just, got my body camera on for my protection and yours. Blah, blah, blah. Just wanted to let you know your tag's expired. Ah, shit. It was something simple.
All right.
But I could have took it to a whole nother level. And the thing is, and I know black people, okay? I understand we have a fear of the police, as we should. But at the same time, you also got to understand they are still human beings. So it's not you get the same energy that you put out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you come off confrontational, don't be surprised if he gives you what the fuck you looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a difference between being cautious and looking for some shit. Like, because some videos that I've been seeing of motherfuckers that be giving cops like a fucking reason. Don't give them a reason. You can talk to any old head and they will tell you that shit. Don't give them a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
At the end of the day, it would be better for you to catch a ticket.
Right.
Or even get arrested. Even though it shouldn't go that far. Especially if you got everything you're supposed to have.
Right.
So, even if it gets to that point, at least you still alive.
Exactly.
Don't throw your life away.
That is the main point. Don't throw your life away over dumb shit. Yeah. Like, you know, and like in the movie, it was an example of like an asshole cop because like, you know, he pulled them over because like he swerved for a second, and so you know, he's like, "Yo, get out of the car." And it's like you could have just gave him a breathalyzer or some shit, but he didn't even have the breathalyzer. Then he want to check the trunk. He asked me, "You got anything on you?" Like, bro, no. So then he's standing out there, he like searching his trunk and shit. And like the girl, because she was an attorney or whatever, you know, and this is the thing, black women, look, y'all talk too fucking much sometimes. I swear to God, she was like, "Why are you shut the fuck up?" We're like, just stop. Don't. I'm already tense. I don't need you adding to this shit.
All right.
And that was what she did. She added to it. It was already bad enough this cop is an asshole, but then you want to like stop.
All right, it's not worth it.
Right, it's not. Like,
son, this nigga got he got a gun, he got taser, he got
pepper spray. Like, he can fuck me up right now.
He got many ways to fuck me up. Like, we just need to make it through the situation.
Exactly.
And we can cuss this motherfucker out later.
Right, as we driving down the road talking about that shit. But right. I'm trying to go home. Right. Like, I want to go home. Like he said, I want to go home. Right. So, like, but yeah, you know, so yeah, the cop was being an asshole. And he was just like, "Yo, can we maybe hurry this up?" And he's like, "What?" I'm just saying it's cold. Oh, like, shit. Which was like, bro, you should have just shut up and let him finish what he was doing. And I know it's like, it's sad to make it out that way because it makes it seem like,
yeah, just be a pussy. Like, no,
right, you're not being a pussy. You're trying to stay alive.
Right, you're being smart.
Right, you're being smart. Like, that's just how you should be. Like, if somebody was to roll up on me with a gun and was like, "Give me all your shit," I'm gonna be like, "Bro, take it. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not dying."
Now that's where I just.
Nah.
It's not that because for one, I ain't giving you shit. Okay, now I'll talk to you. I'll be like, "Bro, why me?
Why me?
What the fuck? I ain't got nothing for you, bro. Like, yeah, I got some shit, but I work for this. I ain't no millionaire. So why you robbing me?" That's a lesson for like people like that.
I mean, my thing is I don't carry cash on me,
so and it's
I
like
can cut my car.
And it's like, bro, my shit is hard earned. So you ain't just taking my shit. I'm sorry. I know my family tells me it all the time. It's the same way they tell me about police. Like, look, and my uncle is a cop, and he'll tell me the same thing. But he already know because I've been pulled over, and I've had most of the time the cops are cool. I've had one time where just recently niggas was pressed, and they was doing a lot more shit than they should have. One, I got a DC license, so when he pulled me over. And he was like, "Yeah, I had went around some cars because they were going too slow. So I had sped up a little bit just to get in front of them. And they were already like waiting. So they was going to pull somebody over. And I happened to be the lucky person. So when he pulled me over, he was like, "Yeah, you know, you was going a little too fast over there." Of course, he didn't tell me how fast I was going, but he just said I was going a little fast. Right. And I told him straight up. I said, "Oh, yeah, I was just getting in front of those people. But of course, I'm not wilding out. So I'm just telling him what it is. We being honest with each other."
Yeah.
But then he was just like, "Smell like weed. Is weed in here?" I'm like, "No, I don't even smoke weed. I drink. I don't smoke weed." So I'm like, "No, I don't smoke weed at all." And he was like, "Okay." So then he left. And then when he came back, he wanted to search the car. Now I could have been like, you ain't got no warrant.
Yeah,
Hell no, you ain't searching shit. Yeah. I'm like, bro, I ain't got nothing to hide. He's like, if I look through here, am I gonna find something? I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Like, what the fuck? So unless he would have planted some shit on me, then
it would have been supposed to.
Yeah, nah, I ain't had nothing. So I'm like, fuck it, go ahead. I'm late to work, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm here now. I ain't going nowhere. The niggas got me. Yeah. They got my license. They looking at my car. They know who the fuck I am. So I'm just like, do what you gotta do, cause I ain't got nothing to hide. And they went through. They searched my car. They searched me. They did a lot of shit that they probably should have done. But at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, I'm making out of this motherfucker alive.
Right.
I'm sorry. That's what it has to be. And even my brother and my cousin was giving me shit. Why you let him search you? You should. He ain't got permission to do that. You don't got to give him. You ain't got to let him do shit. I'm alive to talk about it, ain't I?
Right.
It's not worth it, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be a constant debate about that shit. Cause once again, like I said, black people, I understand. Like, yeah, we feel like, you know, if you got all these laws or, you know, stressing our rights and shit, but why is it so different when it comes to us? Yes, and that's constantly gonna be the thing, but at the same time, we all know the reality of it.
Right.
You know, we all know the reality of it. And I'm sorry this movie review turned into some real shit, but it's like, we know. You know, that's what this movie brought.
I'm about to say, that's what the movie for, right?
Yeah, this movie it's that message, you know. Shit hasn't changed. Okay? Shit hasn't really changed.
Never.
You know, and
but
that's...
and like we said, not everybody is out to
get
you.
Exactly. Not everybody's out to get you. Not every cop is going to be an asshole. So don't treat every cop like that's what he's going to be. Some of them going to be chill. Some of them might give you a hard time. Right. The ones that give you a hard time are the ones you got to be extra careful around, because that's the same ones that might be a little trigger happy. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I mean, for fuck's sake, motherfuckers can't even be in their own goddamn house anymore without a cop fucking shooting them.
Yeah.
You know, so rest in peace to, I wish I remembered her name.
Yeah.
Damn,
it was a dude, wasn't it?
No, I know who you're talking about. No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the lady that was at home.
Multiple people.
Yeah, I'm talking about the lady that was in her house with her nephew. Cop saw her in her window, said, "Put your hands up," and then shot. 2 seconds after, didn't even give her a chance to put her fucking hands up. Just shot through her fucking window in her house, because her neighbor had called to try to just make a welfare check, because he was like, you know, he wasn't sure like if everything was okay over there. And she got shot. Even if she was breaking and entering, my dude, like, what the fuck? Right. Like, did you see a gun on her? Why the fuck are you shooting? And that's the problem. Like, these motherfuckers, you get motherfuckers just straight trigger happy.
Yeah. And they got more than, like we said, they got a whole bunch of shit on their belt.
Right.
If your first instinct is to pull out your gun, that's a problem.
Right. So it's like, I don't know, man.
It's something.
Like I said, I'm not saying we gotta live in fear, but we definitely gotta be careful.
Gotta be smart.
You gotta be hella smart.
Gotta be smart. Survive at the end of the day, make it home.
And if you live in any of these states where you know them motherfuckers is crazy, don't give them a fucking reason at all. Motherfucker, if you gotta drive below the speed limit, I don't give a fuck. Which I know you're not going to, because come on.
Safer speed trap.
But yeah. But just please, y'all. Be safe. Be safe out there. Shit's crazy.
Right.
Shit's gonna continue to be crazy for who fucking knows how long.
Right.
Especially with I'm not gonna bring him into this. I could bring him into this, but YouTube might demonetize. We ain't get monetized anyway. Fuck it. Like, fuck them up. No, I'm
but
kidding.
You know, at the end of the day, yeah, like you said, all that.
Yeah.
And as for Queen and Slim, wait till
it's okay. Right, yeah, you know.
It seems like, you know, I didn't feel like I needed to see it.
I'm going to put it to you this way. As far as Queen and Slim, support your local black-owned businesses. By that, I mean your DVD man around the corner.
Or go to the discount night. Whatever.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, all jokes aside, we should support the movie because of what it is. You know, you should go support it. I don't know who the director was.
Lena Waithe.
Oh hell yeah, you gotta support Lena. Lena's she on it. So if anything, go see it because she directed it. Like she's, just a support. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not saying you gonna entirely enjoy it. I'm not gonna say that you're gonna hate it. It's a good ride.
I doubt I would hate it.
Right, it's a good ride. It's entertaining. It's definitely entertaining, and it definitely hits on a very serious note. It's definitely some shit you're gonna talk about when you get out the car, driving back home. Like, yo, you remember that part? Like, blah blah blah. It's gonna definitely bring you up. I mean, look at this video.
And tell your girl like, hey, so when we get pulled over,
right? Like, shut your ass up.
remember
Ungrateful Ambassadors said, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't say shit.
Right.
So, now if she driving, my dude, you better be like, oh hell, baby. All right, let's switch seats. Something like if she seems like she's swerving, like pull over right here. I'm gonna drive the rest of the way. I don't need you fucking this shit up. Like,
be safe out there.
Yeah.
Be smart, be safe.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So,
it's Ungrateful Ambassadors.
Right. Hidetoshi Yosuke.
Super Miles.
All right, peace out, y'all.
All right,
stay safe.